Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Sunrise. We got you all day, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all day long. And of course, all you have to do is get up, tune in, turn on from wherever you are in the world. We are there with you. Now, we are already 22 days into the new year. So much to do and so much to see. But what we should have at the forefront of our minds is, as I've mentioned, our health. Because oftentimes, if we fail to pay attention to our wellness, we may be forced to pay attention to our illness. Now, today in Morning Checkup, it's all about your January gynae checkup. It's all about the gynecological part, okay? So calling all ladies and gentlemen, yes, I know you may not have the body part, but hey, you're very integral. Okay, right there. So if you catch it, you catch it. Joining us this morning to help us with our checklist is obstetrician, gynecologist, the one and only, the very beautiful, the indefatigable Dr. Simpson-Harley. Oh, my doctor. What's up, baby?
How are you, my baby mother?
I'm doing great. Today has been good, so I'm very thankful and very grateful.
It's a blessing to see you.
Absolutely. Always a blessing to see you as well. Now, Doc, you are also the creator of Woman's Touch products, and, you know, you deal with women in a holistic way. Why is going to the gynecologist important?
You know, women have a tendency to take care of everybody else except themselves, especially when, you know, busy working ladies, especially our young ladies, they're trying to achieve a career. And a lot of times what we do is put our health on the back burner, and then when something comes up, sometimes it's so far gone that, you know, it's very difficult for us to handle. So we usually recommend that women once a year, at least once a year, come in to do their regular gynae checkup. And as a gynecologist, I usually encourage a full head-to-toe checkup. So your gynecologist is supposed to check, you know, do your breast check, do your heart check. They're still supposed to listen to your chest, you know, examine the tummy. Because sometimes when you examine the tummy, we can start to feel masses. Like we see women come in with fibroids, didn't know they had fibroids, but, you know, on that checkup, we could have, you know, found it out. You know, we go in, we tell them to do their pap smears. Now, cervical cancer is the second most common cancer in Jamaican women.
Oh, wow.
Which is a big deal. It's second next to breast. And what the thing about cervical cancer is that we can pick it up early and actually get rid of it. We can cure it if we pick it up early. So that is what the pap smear is all about. If you come in once a year and we do that simple test, it literally takes less than 2 minutes to do that simple test where we just swab the cervix. You know, women dread it. I don't like it, and that big cold thing. And I said, you know, there are always, you know, tips and tricks that you can do when you go into your gynecologist. I'm a little nervous about the pap smear. Can you use the smallest instrument? And, you know, they will, you know, acquiesce to your request. And, you know, I actually brought a speculum. So I brought it. So, you know, so if they can zoom in very small. If you hold your hand like this. So say this is the vagina. Very simple. What we do is put a little bit of gel on it.
And they can warm it too.
And we can warm it. And we also have the plastic ones that are not as cold and, and we have the small ones. And then we just gently insert. And we gently open, brush, and out. Listen, that was, how quick was that? Right? I usually tell my ladies, one of the tricks, put your fist under your bum. When you're going to do your pap smear, in no time, that's done. So it's not something that you need to be afraid of. It's a simple little brush. You know, there's no scraping. So women say, oh, they're going to scrape. Feel this brush.
Oh, wow. It's
nice
a baby
and
brush.
simple. It's a baby brush.
Wow.
So we just brush the neck of the womb, and this collects the cells. We send it to the lab. In more than likely 2 to 6 weeks, you have your pap smear result. And what we can do, pick up those abnormal cells from early, track you. We can see if there are any, you know, infections that we need to treat, that kind of thing. Get your health on target, and you're out the door. I mean, simple things like adding like your blood tests, doing an executive profile, right, where we can check your blood count. Now, your blood count is important because that's your oxygen carrying capacity. When it is that your blood count, especially as a woman, is low, your heart have to work harder. So you're going up the stairs and you say, why am I so short of breath? You know, things like that you want to try and pick up up early.
And Doc, you know what? I'm happy that you said that, because many times we're exhibiting different symptoms and we think it's the work stressing us or distressing us. But a lot of times it's actually internal. But because we're not going to the doctor to find out what it is, so it's not the man's stress, it's not the friend stress. It might have stress if it's true, but those health factors can play a very important part as to your discomfort or your lethargy, or why you just feel low-key all the time.
And not just that, your blood count, if your blood count is low, it affects your memory. It affects your concentration. Yes, because oxygen, your brain needs oxygen. So all of these things are affected. So it's really important that women come in. A lot of times women think that, you know, they have heavy periods. Oh, that's normal. Painful periods. Oh, that's normal. We can pick up things like endometriosis early. All of these things is really important. Yeah, man. And even outside of gynae, we can pick up other things that, you know, we would send you to a specialist. Suppose you have a lung issue. Suppose you have a circulation issue. All of those things we can help you to manage and correct, but always prevention is better than cure. You know, your mother always said that, prevention better than cure.
At what age should persons, or stage should persons, women, come to their gynecologist? Because some people might think, okay, we don't need for come. I'm 16, or I am 17, or I'm 20, or I only have one partner, so I don't really need to come.
Right. So once a girl starts seeing her period, we usually encourage mommy or guardian, auntie, to carry, you know, that child to the gynecologist. You want them to get comfortable talking about their health with someone and establish a relationship. I mean, a lot of times women, for example, women with endometriosis, we pick them up so late because they have not been seeing the gynecologist from very early. I was diagnosed at 19, but my symptoms started at 13.
Wow.
Right? I mean, I was sleeping on the floor. I was missing school. I was missing classes. A lot of girls are dealing with that, and they shouldn't have to deal with that, because you want them to get to their career without any issues. So we help, you know, we're part of that village. So as early as 13, or as early as they start the period, because some girls start at 8 and 9 now. So as early as they start the period, bring them in once a year to get their gynae checkup, and then at the age of 21, once a woman is sexually active, that's when we do the pap smears, and that's when we really encourage women to come in and get the gynae checkups.
And as you're talking about that as well, Doc, when you go to your gynecologist, you're taking also your blood pressure and those things, so you need to know as well.
So because what I find is that a lot of women will come to my office not knowing that they're hypertensive, not knowing that they're diabetic. So these are basic checks that should be done when you go into your gynecologist. Sometimes when we do our urine check, we find out that something might be happening with the kidneys. We might find that there might be a urinary tract infection that you might be ignoring. It's a lot of things that we can pick up during your regular checkup. So it's really important. Once a year, come in, take care of yourself. But your gynecologist is also somebody that you can talk to about anything. It's like Vegas. You know what happens in Vegas? Stays in Vegas. Right. I mean, things like your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. You want that person to help in terms of as a guide as well. They are part of your support system. It's not just, you know, we check your heart and we check your vagina and you're gone. No. It also is somebody that you can establish a relationship with, that when something is happening, they provide like an objective source a lot of times to help with other issues that might be happening with you.
Amazing. You're my angel in real life. You're my blessing. And I thank you so very much. By the way, where can we find you? Are you on social media? Because I know a lot of women right now say, true doc, a true doc. Yeah.
Right. So I'm on IG, Dr. Khadine Simpson-Harley. So I have an office in Kingston, which is Healing Women's Clinic, which is on Hillcrest Avenue. And my office is also, I also have an office in Portmore, which is West Trade Medical Center, right beside the NCB.
Right beside the NCB. Thank you so very much. We can bank on her, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you for sharing, and I wish you all the best. Happy New Year and continued success. That was Dr. Khadine Simpson-Harley, obstetrician and gynecologist. After the break, we talk tech with Aldane Reed.